So, Sung, I want to thank you for taking time out to do the Art of Fearlessly Doing Business interview. Um, Tell us a little bit about who you are and what your business is.
Well, first of all, thank you, Michelle, for inviting me to this thing with you. I I appreciate you want to put me in one of your artistic work.
Oh,
Thank you.
awesome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sung Cha. I'm the owner and operator of the Bell Union Auto Service. We've been here at this location since 1989, so that's 27 years.
And you're at 56th Street and Bell Road, correct, in
Yes, in
Scottsdale?
Scottsdale.
Tell the folks a little bit about we were in a BNI chapter together, BNI Blondes, and I loved your tagline. Tell us about your tagline and a little bit about what that means for your business.
My tagline for my business has always been what I believe what my business should be. Honest repair is the best repair. And I thoroughly believe on that on any repair or anything I do.
And you've had people that have been working here for decades.
Yes, my tech's been with me since day one when this place was a dirt. We put the screws together, all the air lines, oil lines, all the electricals. We put it together and made it into a wonderful shop.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, tell us why you started your business. Why a service station? Why a gas station?
You know, it's funny. I have immigrated from South Korea in 1970. I arrived here January 20th, 1970. In 1972, my dad opened up Union 76 gas station in LA. And at that time, I rode my bicycle after school, went to work, pumping gas and washing windows for my dad. And one day, a customer walked in and asked my father, "Do you fix cars?" He says, "Yes." And my eyes opened wide. I said, he never worked on a car before. And then the customer said, "Do you work on alternator?" And he said, "Yes." That made my slanty eyes really wide. And then to my surprise, the gentleman asked my dad, "Well, how much does it cost?" But I was really surprised what my father asked him. "What is an alternator?" That was an eye-opener for me, literally. And that's when I started to read Chilton and Mitchell manual page by page, and I have memorized it. And I started helping him with a car repair, and every day I would, when I'm not doing anything, I would go back and read another page, another page. Pretty soon I memorized the whole book. Then I went to the next book, next book. Then I took a ASC certification, which is Auto Service of Excellence. Passed one test after the other, then became the master tech. And fixing cars since 1973, 74. And that's when I started the business.
So this wasn't your first location. You had a different location first, right?
Yeah, that was in Inglewood, California.
And then you came here in '89 and opened this location.
Yes, I had multiple stations. You know, we had a Unical station at same type of building in Beverly Hills, Wilshire and Doheny, and where we used to take care of all the movie star cars and all the limos for Hollywood people.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So what was the first big, once you got here to Arizona, what was the first big bump in the road once you got here and you opened up this location?
My first bump is construction of the building. Every day there was a delay. We dug up, we put the tanks in, and that year we had the most torrential rain. So they just put in a brand new 12,000 gallon tanks, 3 of them. And it rained so hard, but the construction company forgot to anchor those tanks. It really filled up the whole thing. We were ready to pour dirt and compact it to secure the tank, and it rained the night before. So those tanks were literally lifted out and floating down 56th Street. That was the funniest thing that I could ever think about happening to a gas station.
So eventually it stopped raining and you were able to get the tanks in the ground and kind of finish up the... Wow.
And
did you think it was funny at the time, or are you mortified?
I was mortified, and you talk about, all the chaos, the fire department, police department, and
Oh my gosh.
it was funny.
So now you've been operating for 27 years. What's the thing right now that really kind of makes you the most nervous? What's the thing that you kind of are concerned about or fearful?
Most fearful thing is not for myself, it's for the consumers. Automotive industry, where it has totally changed. You have multiple location operators and multiple dealerships that are operated by a group, and they try to sell stuff to the consumer they really don't need, and that has bothered me the most, because that's not an honest repair, that's a sales job. And I differ from them because I only fix what you need. We don't need to sell you anything because I don't need your money.
Right. Which is, I think, what makes you different than other folks. That you really do, honest repair really is the best repair in your mind.
Yes.
So the fears that you had when you first started compared to now, I mean, the 27 years, the industry has changed incredibly. I mean, the gas prices have gone up, they've gone down. What was the first big fear initially compared to the fears now? How are they different?
It's still the same. You still had to deal with environmental policies. Some are good, but most are regulatory and biased. What I mean by bias is the people who actually doing the environmental testing, they do not know what they're doing. They really put all these rules and regulations that does not really apply to the industry, and they try to control people to collect fees and write citations when they do not need to write a citation. And that's how many mom and pop business has gone out of business. And who loses? Consumer loses, because they do not have a choice.
Right. Now, before the interview, we did a Facebook Live tickler, and you said something that I was a member of Blondes for, 3 years or so, and we've known each other for many years, and I didn't know this about Sinclair. Sinclair is an American company, and it's based in Utah, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, they just celebrated 100-year anniversary.
So this truly is an American company.
Oh, yes.
That's an incredible thing.
Yeah, and they use only the North American crude. They get some oil from Canada and some oil from Mexico, but mostly is USA produced oil. They do not buy from foreign countries, which I believe
Which is really saying something today in today's day and age with all the stuff going on around gas and oil and
yeah, I don't want to be political.
Yeah, of course not.
However, if the money stays here, it's going to be spent here. If the money goes outside, you have about $600 billion that's going out of this country every day. That's ridiculous.
Well, this really, I'm really glad to hear this, because I always buy American cars and I know that the parts are made other places, etc. There's always a caveat, but I always try to support American companies as much as I possibly can. So I'm really glad to know that about Sinclair, and which is the gas that you use here at Bell Union Auto. So what can you tell, you and I we're in B&I for a long time, so I've heard a couple really cool stories about how you're really a fearless dude. I mean, I was so excited when you accepted my invitation to participate in this project, because we have had several one-on-ones, and you've told me lots of great stories about how fearless you are. What can you say about fearlessness to the folks that are listening?
Fear is a concept that you have conjured up. The world has not given you fear. Fear all comes within. It's from your experience that has not gone in a positive direction. So I believe the fear is a self-induced mechanism. So you are the only person that have control of that fear. So you could just snap it away.
So you're saying it's an inside job.
It's totally inside job. You are your worst mob.
So what's a tactic that you use to kind of talk yourself out? Because every business owner, I'm sure when those barrels were floating down 56th Street, you probably had a little bit of anxiety about that. What are some of the tools that you've used to kind of snap yourself out of being fearful?
Okay, that's the past. Now what do I do?
Next.
I cannot be driving car backward looking at the rear view mirror. I'll cause more accident and I'll probably go in the wrong direction. So I'd rather drive forward.
That's a really good analogy to end the interview with. Sung, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your friendship, and I really appreciate the kind of businessman that you are. Thank you so much for taking time out to this interview. The Art of Fearlessly Doing Business opening is on May 5th at the Desk Hub in Scottsdale in the Gallery District. And so I'm looking forward to seeing you again, and I hope other people come out and meet you too.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. I enjoy doing this thing, and you always be my friend.
See you later. Thanks
See you
a lot,
later.
Sung.